I'm Lindsay with Launch 23, and today I'm going to give you a overview about the text block in Squarespace, and I'll throw some design tips and other things in there as well while I'm chatting. So the text block is your first block option in Squarespace. So you click and add the text block, but the pages come default with one in there, so I'm just going to use that default one. And in order to get the options to come up, all you have to do is click into the text block like so, and I can start typing to add my text to the block. So this is my text. Okay, so it's kind of similar to a Word or other sort of like text editor. You can do kind of any of the basic features that you would need to be able to do when styling text, such as like center align it, left align it, or sorry, right align it, or left align it. You can select your text and bold it and italicize for emphasis. And you can also link things. So that includes adding a URL, or if you hit into the settings here, you can actually upload a file to link as well. This works as the undo option here, but you can use the hotkey or the quick key or whatever you want to call it, the shortcut key. There we go, shortcut key. So Command Z is the same as hitting this undo button, and to do forward, it's Command Shift Z, or Shift Command Z, I guess, which it shows right up there as well. You can also add things like emphasis with a quote highlight, so that just you can set the color and stuff in there for a quote to just kind of like break things up a little bit, and as well as doing a numbered or bulleted list, which is really great when you have larger blocks of copy that you can break up with bullets, because it's easier for people to scan as opposed to having to read through paragraphs, giant paragraphs of text. So I'm just going to get rid of that. And I want to talk a little bit about this paste as plain text option. So I'm going to go to a blog post that I did recently and just copy the text from it. And this is my H1 that is on my website. And as well as you can see, I have bolded and italicized some text for emphasis. So if I go and paste this in, you can see that any of the settings that I've put to the text have pasted with the text. So if, this is within my own site, so it's not the end of the world if I wanted this to be an H1. But if this is from a different site, or I don't want that same formatting to follow through because it might kind of screw up my design or like the look of what I'm working on, that can be a bit of a pain. So I'm just going to undo that and show you the proper way. So again, using my quick keys, it would be Command Shift V to paste as plain text, or you can use that actual clipboard icon here where you actually paste your text into it, and already you can see that the styling has been removed. But when I hit OK, my text is now here free of any styling. This don't symbol removes text styling, but not the styling, but not the styling. It won't make it plain text, but it will remove some of those changes that I made to it. So the bolding and the italicizing and such. So those are kind of the main things that you need to know about the text block. You can also indent your text. Again, it's good for emphasis, to just be able to break things up a little bit. And then the kind of last main thing that I want to go over with the style, or with the text options, is giving your text different headings. So there's an H1, an H2, an H3, and then our paragraph style, or normal style as they now call it. So my H1 is my biggest piece of text, and for SEO reasons, you want to make sure it's also kind of your important text. So it's the things that you really want to highlight and draw emphasis towards. Your H2 is typically a bit smaller, so you can see my H2 is a bit smaller than my H1. My H3 is even smaller still, and actually I'm using the same font in my H3 and my normal. It's just a different style set to it. So I actually really like the fact that Squarespace limits you to these kind of 4 style options. You can code other ones into it, but honestly I don't think that it's needed that often to actually code in different styles, just because for consistency, that's why they kind of have limited you there. So I'm just gonna save my beautiful test content here, and I'm just going to show you over on the side. If I go back to my home page and I go to design and then into site styles, this is where I can actually change the look of my my text. So I'm just going to search okay. Okay, so we have our H1, our normal, another, I'll just do this again, and then my plain text, and I'm going to add my H2 to that. So we have the kind of 4 different styles. So if I go into my site styles and I just kind of click on this window, I have all my options. So you can see here, if I click on this, when the block goes around each item, it'll be specific to that item. So to actually change my body text, to change my H3, my H2, my H1. But if I just go to the entire page, it's all the detailed information here. And so you can see on the side here, you can change the body text H1, H2. So this is the actual content changing, and then this is the color changing. And that's everything for the text block. If you have any questions, feel free to email me or message me. And yeah, that's it. Thank you. Bye.